There comes a time in every hand's life when the hand must realize that there is not enough unnecessary complexity to the games that the hand can play. This is the conclusion that led to the creation of
One-Hand Croner.
One-Hand Croner is a competitive multiplayer hand game played with both of your hands. They tried to get it down to one hand to fit the name of the game, but they couldn't possibly manage it with all the rules, so it is played with two. Now, for the purposes of this game, your left hand will be defined as your scorekeeping hand, while your right hand will be your action hand. Your main goal in One-Hand Croner is to get points, and those points are represented by fingers on your scorekeeping hand. The player will begin the game with this hand in a fist since they have no points yet, but with each point the player gains, a finger on their scorekeeping hand will extend. When the player's gotten their fifth and final point, they will erect only their thumb and orient it upwards. Every time a player loses a point, they will revert to the previous scorekeeping hand position they were in. Now this game is turn-based, meaning each player gets a chance to act, and every player must make 2 actions per turn. No more, no less. All of those actions will be performed by the action hand. Now the action hand has 4 action fingers. The thumb does not count as one of these. The player will begin the game with the pinky and the thumb of their action hand out. This is known as the reset position. There are 3 simple actions that can be performed with the action hand. Shuffle. The player may move an action finger 1 slot to the left toward their thumb. The player cannot shuffle backwards to the right. All action finger movements must approach the thumb. The player also cannot shuffle over an already extended finger. That's crisscrossing, you can't do that. Knock. If the thumb of the player's action hand is out, the player may knock to draw a new action finger into their pinky slot. If the pinky is already extended, the player cannot perform this action until the slot is once again free. Pass off. The player may pass their thumb off to their scorekeeping hand to gain a point, this being the main way to do so. Though an action hand without the thumb extended is considered a bomb. If the player is not able to shuffle an action finger into the empty thumb slot by the end of their next turn following the loss of their thumb, they will self-destruct and lose the game. Halt. With Halt, the player can block attacks from the opponent's shooter hand. Once in this hand position, the player may take an action to dispose of all 4 action fingers to gain 2 points on their scorekeeping hand. Ooh la la! If the opponent uses the Charitizer hand while the player is in Halt, the player will have a finger overload and therefore dispose of all action fingers without gaining any points. Slicer. The player may slice off an opponent's action finger of their choosing as long as there are action fingers present on the opponent's action hand. Again, this does not include the thumb. Once this action has been performed, the player must return their action hand to the reset position. Charitizer. The player can use the Charitizer to donate a fresh action finger to an opponent's action hand in the furthest unoccupied slot from their thumb. Therefore, if the pinky's already out, it'll go to the ring finger, etc. If this occurs while the opponent is in Halt, the opponent will be forced to dispose of all action fingers without having gained any points. Once this action has been performed, the player must return to the reset hand position. Shooter. The player may fire the shooter at an opponent, subtracting a point from their scorekeeping hand, unless that opponent's action hand is in Halt, or they have no points in their scorekeeping hand. Once this action has been performed, the player must return their action hand to reset. Sucker. If the opponent's action hand is in a prone hand position, the player may extract a point from the opponent's scorekeeping hand, transferring it to their own scorekeeping hand. Once this action has been performed, the player must return their action hand to reset. All hand positions that have no specific action, contain less than 3 extended fingers, or don't have a thumb erected are considered prone. These positions are all susceptible to the sucker and therefore leave you open to have your points stolen by another player. Lone or lone. If only the thumb and middle finger or only the thumb and ring finger are extended, the player may knock for an instant charity position. This is the only instance in which knocking will draw a finger that isn't in the pinky slot. This is because the middle and ring finger are spiritually linked. Reset. This hand has no action. The player will begin the game with their action hand in this position. There are two ways to win one-hand Croner. The first is by accumulating 5 points on your scorekeeping hand while the thumb of your action hand is erected at the beginning of your turn. The second is surviving long enough for your opponent to self-destruct themselves through their inefficient planning. Easy enough? Let's see it in action. Alright, let's dance. So first we have, it seems, the left side going first. Alright, the left side will move their pinky up 2 slots to get a middle finger out there. The right side will, they will draw a new pinky into their slot. So they have 2 fingers down there. Oh, but we already got a sucker on the left side playing a hard game here. We have Charity on the right. They cannot suck anything, but now we have a shooter. There are no points to shoot yet, but now we have the right in a prone position and the left in a slicer. Oh, slicers all around on each side. And we have a halt already giving 2 points to the left, and it seems they will follow suit on the right side. Alright, the left is going to get a middle finger, and the right will do the same. Not much to do there. Oh, they're pulling a Charity, and they're going into a prone position. Let's see, they're pulling a Charity and going into a slicer on the right side. Alright, we are getting shot at from the left side. The right will lose a point there, and they will... Alright, they will respond with a prone position, and then we have the left side moving up too. Oh, and we have a halt on the right side, but it looks like there is a sucker there. If he does that halt, he will lose one of his points. So it seems like he is not going to do so. He's going to go to a slicer, so he can't get his point taken. Very nice, very nice. Alright, now we have a shooter on the left side. That's looking very dangerous for the right, but they're going to a prone, and yep, that point is gone. Alright, we're losing it again. There's a lot of shots being fired from the left side here. And they're going to a ring finger here. Alright, and now we already have a halt again on the right side. Very ambitious with these points. Alright, and they are doing it. They are getting the 3 points, even though there could very well be a sucker. And oh, they are not sucking the point. Interesting strategy. Alright, now we have the ring and going into a Charity on the right. They have another shooter on the left. Alright, and they will move into a prone position. It seems like they're aiming for another halt. The right seems like they're pulling out the middle finger. It's anybody's game still. We have a slicer on the right and a sucker on the left. Oh, and they have a Charity, so they cannot have their point sucked. Alright, now they have a shooter to follow suit. It looks like they're going to try to take another point. Oh no, we have a slicer on the left. Oh, and they are, we're getting shots fired from the right now onto the left. But the left is following with a halt. 2 sides are tied. It is still anybody's game. We have a slicer on the right, and what do we have on the left? We have a ring finger out. Okay, we are at a prone position on the right, and we have a pointer finger out on the left. Oh, and we have halt on the right. Oh, but a sucker coming out. Okay, there is a prone position on the left. There we go. We have 5 points. That means thumb up in the air. Yup. Oh, and they are getting shot. They have 4 points, not at the golden gates yet there. And let's see here. Okay, we got a Charity on the right, and we have we have a middle finger out on the left. What will the right do? The right is thinking, alright, and they're going into a shooter. And the Charity on the left side will bring them into a prone position. Okay, we have another, we had another 5 points there, but it's already getting shot at from the left side. They're really being defensive with this, and okay, what do we have here? Is he going to do it? I don't think there's any way. Yup, I think that is a win for the right side. Good game, everybody. And yes, you at home, play one-hand Croner now. It is the newest, hottest, slickest game. Everybody's loving it. It's like ballet watching those people dance out there. I mean, do you want to be fast with it? Do you want to be strategic with it? You want a game that you can play that you don't have to pay money for on Steam or go buy it at Walmart? Nothing. It's all yours right now.
One-hand Croner.